it's me, Sushreeya. Today, we're going to be talking about a very less known and a not very well known sort of population. I'm sure we all know about water pollution, which disturbs the natural flow of water and pollutes it. Polluting means making it dirty. We all have heard of air pollution, and we've heard of many other sorts of pollutions that are way more in the course of harassing the form of natural form, nature. But have you heard of noise pollution? Noise pollution is a real thing, and so is light pollution, which we'll lightly cover today. But we are going to be way more focused on noise pollution. And believe it or not, even though it's not as well known and a lot more highlighted, noise pollution can disturb the core of our everyday. For starters, let's talk about what noise is and how it's measured in general. Noise refers to any sound, and that could be the birds chirping around me, or an airplane flying around me, or going to live Taylor Swift rock concerts. And for all you Swifties out there, I'm with you. Now, noise pollution are of two types. One is natural, for example, the birds chirping around me and dogs barking, because these are forms of nature in its purest. Then there's man-made noise pollution, such as airplanes, which has been created by man, Homo sapiens, and not given to us by nature in its purest form. Noise is measured in decibels, and depending on how strong the noise is, the decibels will vary. For example, more lighter things, such as leaves rustling or trees swaying in the wind, will have much less of a measurement of decibels than in association to maybe an air flying or to a live concert. The stronger the decibel is, or in general, how stronger the noise comes to us, is how much it will impact us. For example, a leaf rustling will not have that much of an impact to us as maybe something as loud as a rock concert might have. Now, depending on your variation and who you are, everyone's percent of how much noise they can withstand is different. Science shows that people that suffer from neurological conditions and mostly migraines have a way lower tolerance of noise than other people, as this noise and the more man-made noises may trigger certain neurons in our brain, which can be very harmful for those people. However, in general of human race, any too loud of a noise can trigger anything bad for anything to happen, which can lead to very horrible cases such as seizures. Now, since there are many different techniques in therapy which we call, and there are very good noises for us too. For example, during work and when you go into your dentist's office, you'll hear some nice classical pieces of perhaps Beethoven or Mozart playing in the background. And that noise is good for us. These kind of noises can be calming to us, and they help soothe our brain. Now, if I have the information correctly, noises interfere with the gray matter in our brain. And not everybody's gray matter and black matter is split dividedly in half, meaning some people might be stronger in the social aspects, while other people in intellectual. And we can see that in everyone's everyday behavior. Gray matter, I believe, is what corresponds with our memory, social interactions. For example, how I'm talking to you is registered from the neurons that come from my gray matter. Noise is often shown to interfere with these kind of things. People that listen to too heavy of noise, this can cause a lot of mishaps in communication. You might not think about what you're saying. People may misinterpret what you're saying. And to the worst case, this can even cause a lot of stutters within people. A lot of people that tend to listen to a lot of loud and unhealthy music, they have a lot more chances of having loss of hearing and eventually leading to becoming deaf. Now, while it is true that man-made noises are a lot more to create noise pollution to us, it is just the same for natural noises. As I said earlier, everyone has their different spans of how much noise they can take. For example, me, someone that suffers from migraines, I can take in a lot of heavy rock music. But sometimes when I'm in a really bad mood and I might have a very mild headache, even light noises such as a chicken around me or even something as a really bad storm can trigger a worse migraine for anyone that suffers from a migraine in general. So that is why noise pollution is really, really harmful to us. And to be honest, it is really not that hard to stop noise pollution. Noise pollution can be just recognized by understanding what are my limits and how can I respect other people's limits. Now, as I said earlier, noise pollution is also somewhat interconnected to light pollution. Let me cover a little depth of that for you. Light pollution is actually even seen from outer space telescopes now, where we see little lights surrounded in very heavy populated cities, such as Chicago, Miami, Hong Kong, Delhi, and a lot of other popular cities. And light pollution is especially prominent in Asia, such as the Chinese and more of that area where the countries are heavily populated. It is especially prominent in North America in cities such as Seattle, Miami, and California state. And it is also very popularly found in Europe, where we can find many of the most hustling and bustling cities, such as Florence, Italy, such as Rome, I can think of, and Florence, and many other populated cities. Now, as I said earlier, a lot of people can have very particular hearing. For example, I don't take too much of the vibration I might get from the electricity, but there are a lot of other people that have really sharp hearing. And what I mean by that is they can hear the buzzing when you open your refrigerator, the frizzle when you turn off the lights, which again, if this is irritating the human too much, can cause a lot of neurological problems. Now, light pollution not only interferes with our sight. For people that have very sharp hearing, they hear these little frizzles, and that can essentially cause noise population for people that are way too sensitive to these kind of things. So in general, when you think about it, pollution isn't just from nature and polluting itself. It's polluting us and polluting the man-made things we made. After all, electricity was made and very probably founded by Benjamin Franklin, as we all know. So that's it for today's video. Let's see what we can all do to not just stop the natural causes of pollution, but to stop these man-made pollutions as well. I hope you had a good one. I'll see you later. Bye!